Right folks, here it is. It's the big day. It's the unboxing of the new toy that I caved in and bought after originally saying that I wasn't that interested initially. Deal breakers for me were the fact that it wasn't backward compatible with a lot of my old PSVR1 games, but they've since made a lot of announcements with regards to games that are getting free upgrades or games that are going to be given upgrades via a one-off cheap fee, like Tetris Connected. Tetris Effect Connected is one of them. Res Infinite, I believe, is another one. So I caved as late as the Sunday just gone. So we're on Thursday now, day after the release day, so February 23rd. I only caved in on Sunday and made the decision to buy it after seeing some extra footage and hearing the news of further announcements. So yeah, here we go. I got it a day late. The ordering process was weird because I ordered it on the Sunday. The delivery dates were saying that the delivery window was between the 22nd and the 28th. I think that was maybe Sony just covering their backsides with regards to anybody that received it after release date because of the logistics behind getting probably so many of them out. But yeah, I received mine today. A lot of people received theirs yesterday, despite not even getting notifications that it had been shipped. And when they checked on their orders were still showing as preparing to ship, so it wasn't even stating that it had been shipped. But they received them yesterday, and out the blue, some people even missed their deliveries yesterday because they didn't get a notification that it was coming, and got little DPD cards pushed through the door saying, "Sorry, we missed you," which probably would have left quite a few people annoyed, but you know, that's life. It was what it is, but here we are. So I've gone for the bundle with Horizon Call of the Mountain including in the box. There is a dock available for this, which charges the two Sense controllers. I haven't gone for that yet. I'm going to make a decision on that later, depending on how easy it is to stow away the bits and bobs, because the package comes in quite a nice box anyway, and it might just be easier to just store them in the box. And if I've got that many USB-C sources around the house for charging, it might not be that big a deal. But Amazon have also started selling third-party options which vary anything from 30 to 40 quid, some of which even hold the actual headset as well as the actual Sense controllers that are on the box there. So it has like a stand for the controllers to be charging on, and also then a little kind of hook for the headset to go on, or a stand. So without further ado anyway, let's get this bad boy open without cutting my hands open. I've got the gloves on because I've got manky hands, because I've got cat scratches all over my hands, because I've got cats and I tease them because I'm like that. Now, let me just turn this around here now. The design of the box is very strange. You know, it's got these flaps that come up here, and then there's a box inside the box. Now, thankfully, I saw some unboxing videos of this prior to release, where to get this box out of here, the YouTubers and the various people that are doing the unboxings were literally just tipping it over. But this thing here, like, if you can see that, isn't tight. This inner box has got a flap which isn't fastened down, so when they were tipping the box upside down, this flap was falling open and the innards of the box were falling out and landing on the desk with a bit of a thump. So I'm going to do things differently. I'm going to open it like this. I'm going to keep this inner box intact and get that out afterwards, because what I'm going to do is use the inner box to store it away if I don't go for the dock. So let's just turn it this way so you can see. So first thing out of the box is this. Let's just push that out of the way a second. And in here you've got one USB cable, one USB-A to USB-C cable, which has been very well documented that it only comes with one charging cable, even though it comes with two Sense controllers. Again, no big deal to me. I can understand why a few people got narky about it, but I've got that many USB-C cables dotted around the house that charge phones, tablets and so forth. No great concern for me. So push that out of the way. Cat, you're going to get in the way, aren't you? That's my code. That isn't showing, is it? No, I've got to scratch that off, thankfully. Headset, which plugs into the back of the VR headset, which I'll show you in a second. And then we've just got some documentation, instruction manuals and guarantee manuals. So we'll push that to one side. So that's the headset. Gotta say, extremely light. As I took that out of the box there, extremely light. And we have here, come on, get out of here, you sucker. One sense controller and second sense controller. So now you're just left with that box there, which, like I say, this inner box comes out of, and when I take that out of here later, that's going to be for storing my headset to keep it away from dust and whatnot as we go forward. So we'll just move me cables and whatnot to one side, put the headset, the main attraction to one side, put the dangerous knife to one side so the cat doesn't stand on it, and let's have a look at these controllers. So straps are already on, already attached. I do think they come off, but they are already on out the box. So that's one. That is going to be the right hand one, like so. So little thumbstick, control stick, O and X or cross, whatever you like to say. On one, you've got the trigger, which are adaptive. They are adaptive triggers. And then you've got also another button there, which is, I assume, that, well, that's R1, that's R2, so that's your trigger. So, I mean, even with the gloves on, I know I've got the gloves on at the moment for grip and whatnot to stop getting finger marks all over it, but even now, they feel really nice. And you can feel a bit of tension in that already, to be honest. So that's one. Second one's going to be exactly the same. I do think, I mean, it's quite obvious once you get them out of the packaging what hand they go in. It's quite obvious, to be fair. But they have, somewhere on them, they have got indicators on them, tell you which are for the left hand and which are for the right hand. But again, very, very similar to the first one. Triangle and square on that one. PS button on it as well. And I think, and I hope, that's a share button for when we're either taking screenshots or capturing video or broadcasting when live streaming. Again, strap is on with a buckle for tightening the strap on your wrist as well. And this charging on these, let me just find the charging, is little USB-C socket there. Now the dock, the official dock, when you buy that, is like a little cradle that comes with two micro USB-C dongles in the box, which plug into there and permanently stay in there. And then these then literally just rest on the dock and connect and charge. And the third-party offerings from Amazon are pretty much use the same system. Micro dongles that go into the bottom of the actual charging socket and then rest on a dongle. The ones on Amazon I have seen have got magnets, so they magnetise to the dock, so you can always put them in and ensure they're going in the right way. So there's no danger. I'm not sure if the official Sony offering has the magnets, to be honest. And then, let's get to this main attraction. Cat's making a guest appearance in the background here. So here's the main attraction. Again, like I say, this is very, very light, I've got to say. So take it out of the package. So there's one cable. It is a tethered experience. Again, there's been a little bit of negativity with regards to it's a tethered experience, unlike other offerings that are completely wireless. But that said, I've seen I've seen articles that say that this is on par with, I think it's called the HTC Vive, and it's competing with them. So it harnesses, with it being plugged into the front of the PlayStation 5 via the USB, it harnesses the power of the PlayStation 5. So there's not really any limitations in terms of what kind of games that we're going to start seeing on this. It's got the 4 cameras on the front, so they call it inside-out tracking, I believe. So there's none of this nonsense where you need the Sony camera and you've got to stay within the vision cone of the camera, and you start getting these warnings of you going outside the play area and whatnot. The cable included is a 4.5 metre USB-C cable. Other folk have tested extension cables on them, and they've got away with an extra metre or two, but anything beyond another 2 metres, they have said that eventually you start running into problems where it loses communication. So be very wary if you need any longer. But I think 4.5 metres in the space and the room space and room scale that I've got is going to be more than ample, to be perfectly honest. So you've got your lenses, as you can see in there. Button on the back for when you loosen it, when it's on your head and you loosen it. Dial for tightening it onto your head once it's on your head. And the headset that I pushed to one side a second ago plugs into the bottom, or this rim around the back. And the headphones just literally then dangle into and go into your ears, and when you're not using them, you've got these little pockets that you can put them in when you're not using them. On the bottom of the headset, you've got built-in mic, again for video streaming, video content. Power button on the bottom as well. And then this button, the function button, is the pass-through button, so that you can actually see through the cameras. So if you are playing a game for an hour and you suddenly decide I want to stop and have a drink, you can press that button and you can literally, in black and white, see all of your surroundings. So you can reach out, grab a drink. Once you had your drink, put your glass back down without missing the table, and press that button back into the game. So, very nice design. I do like the design of this. I liked the design of the first PSVR 1, to be perfectly truthful. It was a very nice design, very comfortable to wear. And they've gone with a very, very similar design factor with this, obviously without the necessity and need for all the extra cables. Because I think in some comparison videos that I saw, the PSVR 1 had something like an extra 17 cables or bits and bobs in the box that you needed to get it to function, where this is much more simplified. One cable into the front of the PlayStation 5, power it on, and you start getting on-screen prompts on the PlayStation 5 to set it up and do all the eye tracking. In terms of the eye tracking, if you are going to be sharing this with multiple users in one household, initially, when I set it up, it will be set up to me and my eye distances, etc. But this focus dial that you've got on the top here is for when you pass it to somebody else, they put it on the head, they say that it's blurry, rotate this dial, whichever way suits, until they get a nice, sharp, static image without any blurriness. So, there you go. I like this design on the face. In this contour design on the face, which is again going to keep any light out, and I've seen early reports of people saying that does its job very, very well. So again, nice design on that. And it's got, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but on the top there's like a vent, which again the original PSVR didn't have, but there's like a little air vent there, and this thing does have like a little mini fan built in. So I don't think that's going to eliminate sweating completely, but it's certainly going to help. I used to, with the PSVR 1, I used to use a fan sometimes anyway. If we're having long sessions and we're having gaming nights with friends or family, we used to have a fan blowing to keep us all cool. So, there you have it really. That's the PSVR 2. Gotta say, like I say, very nice design. I really like the design of the actual unit. Got your PlayStation branding on the side. You do get a light on the bottom here when it's powered up, so that you know it's powered up. Again, with the controllers, I think they do have a faint light around the bottom here when they are powered up. But I've got to say, straight away, I'm really liking the feel of them. And I think even if you've got larger hands, to be truthful, they're going to be fine. They're going to be absolutely fine for anybody with slightly larger hands. And these rings or halos around them and everything on here, apparently the buttons are all touch compatible, so they know when you're touching them, so it represents your hand gestures on the screen. So yeah, very nice design overall. I'm looking forward to putting these through the paces, especially with these adaptive triggers on some of the shooters and stuff that I've got lined up to play. So, like I say, you get one cable in the box, your headset, which again goes on this rim around the back here, and you've got different side earbuds in there as well for anyone with different sized ears as well. So I've got my voucher over there for Horizon, which I've got to get downloading, but I have got some games already pre-installed, ready to go. So without further ado, that's me done for today. If you found this informative, by all means, give the video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you want to be notified of future content, because I am going to be posting content from VR and some VR titles that I've got lined up in the coming days and weeks. And just watch this space, by all means. Watch this space and watch out for further content. If you've got any questions that I haven't covered in this video, pop them below in the comment section. I'll do my very best to answer them if I know the answer. If not, I'll make something up, no doubt, which is a trend we have here. But other than that, have a good day, guys, and I'll see you soon.